Hello guys, welcome to another scripting tutorial after a few months. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a leveling system for your game. It'll save, it'll have XP, just anything with levels. I'll show you how to do it in this video. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is make your levels GUI. The thing that's going to read off what level you're at and how much you need to level up again. So this is going to be the levels GUI. And then inside of it, I'm going to put a frame, and if you want it to fit on all devices, then I would remove the offset on this, which is the second number in the size. And then you can resize it again, and it will have no offset, so it will fit perfectly on any device you want. So how we're gonna do this is I am going to make it down here. It's gonna be a simple GUI, but you can make it as advanced as you want. And this is going to be it, and I'm going to make it red, a dark red, and I'm gonna roundify it using this plugin. And then I can add a text label, and I'm going to set the size to 1 by 1 with no offset. And then the background transparency to 1, text scaled, and I'm going to make it say 0 XP out of 10 XP. And I'm just gonna make it say that. I'm gonna also make this a bit smaller because it's a bit too big, yeah. Now that that's fixed, we're going to name this the XP reader, and we are going to add a text label, and I'm going to make it like that. You can copy mine if you want, I don't really mind. And yeah. Also, no, I am not going to give a free model for this because I don't want to. Don't be lazy, people. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it say text scaled, and then I'm going to say your current level is 0. And this is just a placeholder. It's not really going to be 0. I'm just making it say that just so we can see what it will look like when it's done. I'm just gonna move that down, move that back up, there we go. So now we're gonna name this the level reader. And now let's make the XP system. So if you already have a leader stat script in your game, then you can go into that, and yeah, so. Okay, and what you're gonna wanna do in the script is you're gonna wanna say game.players.player added connect to a function and player. And what this is doing is when a player is added to here, which it will be when somebody joins, it will connect to a function, which the player that joins, since we don't know their specific username, we're just going to say that they're player. So then let's add the XP. So we're gonna do local XP folder equals instance.new folder. Or if you want, you could do levels folder, but I'm gonna do XP folder. And XP folder dot name equals XP folder. What this is doing is this is just a variable. So it's not going to actually be called that. It's actually just going to be default named folder when you add it into the game. So we're setting its name to XP folder. And we're going to do xp folder.parent equals player. So that way the new XP folder that we just made will be inside of the player. And we are going to do, before we move on, we are going to do local data store service equals game get service data store service. This is so it will be able to save. And we're just going to say local data store equals data store service get data store. And then you can name this whatever you want. I'm gonna name it XP. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a few lines inside of our function, and I'm going to say local XP equals instance.new int value. So it's going to be a number value. XP.name equals XP. XP.parent equals XP folder. And then XP.value, this is where the saving comes in. We're going to do data store. And then we're going to say get async player.userid. And then we're going to say XP or 0. So what it's going to do is if the player has data, it will get the data from the data store with the key XP. Or if they don't have data, it'll set the XP to 0. And then we're going to say local XP needed equals instance.new, and this is going to be another int value, a number value. XP needed dot name equals XP needed. XP needed dot parent oh my gosh, all right, equals XP folder. And then XP needed dot value equals data store get async player dot userid dot XP needed. The reason why we're going off the player's user ID instead of their username is because what if they get a name change? Suddenly their data is gone. So it's going to be basically the same, except it's going to be XP needed instead of XP. And then we're going to do one last value, which is going to be local level equals instance.new. This one's going to be an int value too. Level.name equals level.parent equals XP folder, and level.value equals data store get async player.userid level or 0. Or 1, actually, because if they're new, we want them to start at level 1, not level 0. So then we have all of the data, except it's getting the data, but it's not saving it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be XP, actually, let's do a player removing. So game.player removing connect to a function, and it's going to be player again. So this time when the player is leaving the game, it'll save. So we're going to say data store set async, meaning we're setting the data, player.userid .xp, because that's the first one. And then instead of closing it off here, we're going to put a comma, and then we're going to put player.xp.value, because we can't say xp.value because that's outside of this, and this is a local variable. So now what it's going to do is it's going to find the value that we added when they joined the game, and it's going to get the value of that and save it to this under this key. which this is unlocking. So that's how it's working. And then let's also save the other ones. Player.userid.xp needed, comma player, not overlap, player.xp needed dot value. And then data store set async player.userid dot level, comma player dot level dot value. And I just realized that I made a mistake. We did not put them inside of the player. We put them inside a folder. So .xp folder .xp and .xp folder. Make sure you do your capital letters right too. And .xp folder. So now it's actually going to get them. And it's going to save when they leave game, and it's going to add them and get their value. So now what we are going to do is we are going to make it so it reads the XP. So we're going to add a local script inside of here. And this is going to be the XP reader script. And we're going to do local player equals game dot players dot local player. An important thing to know if you're learning to script through this is that this can only be called from a local script. You cannot do it from a server script. The difference is the local script can't really do anything, and it's running on the player's computer, so it already knows who the player is. And the server script can actually do something, and the way you can make them communicate with each other is through remote events, which I'll save for another video. So we're going to get the player, and then we're going to do while wait do. So what this will do is it will repeat over and over and over every time it waits like a few milliseconds. And we're going to do script.parent.text, because if we go up, there's a variable inside of here that is text, and it's changing what it says. And we're going to say equals player.leaders. Actually, I first of all, I was about to do that wrong. Second of all, let's do local XP folder equals player wait for child XP folder. That way, we won't get an error message. So script.parent.text equals XP folder dot XP dot value, and then dot dot. So this is going to continue the text. So it's going to say in the text what your XP is at, and it's going to say EXP out of, and then we're going to do dot dot XP folder dot XP needed, and then dot value. Do not forget the dot value. You really need that. And then we're going to say, why did I add that? All right. XP. And there we go. So now, if we load in, it should say that we need 0 XP. And it's going to say that we can level up right away. Here's a problem. I forgot to give Studio API access, so how you would turn that on is you would go in here and you would turn this on. That way it can actually access data stores. And this was never added because the script broke from the very first line. So that's what went wrong. And And you see, it says I have 0 XP. We haven't made it so you can level up yet though. So what we're going to do is we're gonna test this out by adding, let's say change to 70 XP. We need 70 XP. Look at that, it says it. Let's say we have 40. Let's see. It says it. So we have officially made it read that. Now we need to make it read the level. And so we're going to add a local script. And we're going to make it say level reader script. And we're going to say local player equals game.players.local player, just like the last one. And we're going to do while wait do script.parent.text equals, and then we're going to quickly add that variable XP folder equals player wait for child XP folder. And then once it's fully loaded, we can say XP folder dot, we could say your current level is space dot dot XP folder dot level dot value. And then it should work. Now it'll say what level we are too, which it should be 1 because we set it to default as 1. See? Works. But yeah, so that's how it will work. And now we made it so it'll read it off. But now we need to make it so when you level up, it tells you. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a second GUI. And it's going to be leveled up. And it's going to be leveled up notification. And we're going to add a frame in there. And it's going to have 0 offset, just like the other. That way it will fit on all devices. And we are going to make it like that. You can change this as much as you want. I'm just making this for now. And it's going to be like that. And we're going to roundify it. And then we're going to add a frame. And this frame is going to be a darker shade of red. Actually, maybe brighter. Yeah, brighter looks better. And then let's remove the offset. And then let's roundify this. And inside of it, let's add a text button. And it's going to have 0 offset. It's going to be 1 by 1. And then I'm going to remove its, I'm going to make it fully transparent in the back. And I'm going to make it scaled. And I'm going to make it say, okay. And let's make it a different font. All right. So this is the close button. And this is the background. And we are going to add a text label in here. Actually, no. To make it look better, we're going to add a frame. We are going to make this 0 offset. And let's make it right here. Let's make it like that color. Roundify, and we are going to name this info. And we're going to add a text label, and it's going to have 0 offset, and it's going to be 1 by 1. And let's make it text scaled, and let's make it say, hey, you leveled up. Congratulations. And then we're gonna make it background transparency 1, the font will be Gotham Bold, because that is my favorite font. And there we go, we have the leveled up notification. And what we can do now is we can make it so it will detect when you do level up. I just messed that up. I meant to add an L. So you can do this in a separate script if you like, but I'm going to do it in here. And I'm going to do while wait do. So it'll repeat this forever. If XP is greater or equal to XP needed, so if you have more XP or if you have just enough XP to level up, then we forgot the values. We need to add dot value. So if the value of it is greater or equal to the amount you need, then it will set the XP dot value to 0. So it'll reset the XP. XP needed dot value equals, I'm going to make it 2 times the level. So level dot value times 2, and then it's going to be plus XP needed dot value. So it's going to also add its old value to it. So multiplied by 2, and then plus that. I think I'm doing something wrong. Let me just check this out. Okay, I figured it out. I actually needed to add 2 of these and then close one off here and one off here. And then after it sets the new value, you could change that however you want. It's going to do level.value equals level.value plus 1. So the level's value is going to equal its own value plus 1. So you're going to get a new level. And I'm going to quickly get a sound for it to play. So let me do that real fast. Okay, I have chosen my sound. It's going to do this when you level up. See, we are going to quickly add that to the game by copying the URL. And then we're going to add a sound. Actually, if we wanted to make this game more organized, we could add a folder that is sounds folder. And then inside we can add the sound. And this is going to be level up. And then we are going to go to the sound ID, paste in the link, and it should do it all automatically. So now, we can do game.workspace.soundsfolder.levelup play. So it's going to play the level up sound. It's going to add 1 level to you. It's going to change the XP needed. It's going to set your XP to 0. And now we just need to make it notify you. So since we don't want to open up a GUI from a server script, what I like to do, because I like it to make it so for GUIs I use all local scripts. So what I like to do is I like to add a remote event to this, and it's going to be force open. And then I'm going to add a local script to this, and it's going to be opener. and it's going to go script.parent.forceOpen.onClientEvent connect to a function. So when it's fired from the server script in here, it's going to do this. It's going to do script.parent.enabled equals true. And that's it. Now, all I need to do is do player.playerGUI.leveled up notification dot force open fire client. Fire server would be if we're doing it in a local script. Right now we're in a server script, and we're going to make it fire on the player. So then this is going to receive it and make it so it pops up on the player's screen. So now let's test it out. It's going to say we leveled up right away because we had 0 XP, and now it's going to say 2 XP because we're level 2 now. And look, we leveled up. And we forgot to script that to close, but I need to turn up my volume so next time it will let me do that. And I think it did not save. Let's see if it saved. Yeah, it did not save. What is this error? It says level is not a member. So it is though, but it is breaking. So let's find out what we did wrong. So it's going to be the level reader script inside of here. And we are going to, instead of doing that, we're going to do wait for child, and then level, and then dot value. And let's see if that changes anything. I think I also know why the saving script is failing too. It's because it always staying in this, repeating this. So instead of doing a player removing, we're going to copy these 3 lines of code, and then I just cut them out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do xp.change connect to a function, and then we're going to remove the ones other than xp. So whenever you get a new amount of XP, it's going to save. And we're going to do xp needed.change connect to a function. And we are going to do that and leave the other 2 out. And then for the third one, level.change connect to a function. And we're going to do that, except we are going to leave everything out except for level. There, so now when they're changed, it'll save instead of when they leave. Let's see if that changed anything. So we're going to go in here. It's going to say we leveled up, and the sound played, and now we are level 2. So if we leave the game and then we rejoin, we should still have level 2 now. Let's see. Yes, we now have level 2, which is great because that means that our fix worked. And now we need to make it so the leveled up notification can actually be closed. So let's add a local script. Script.parent.mouse button 1 click connect to a function. So when it's clicked, this is what we say for when a GUI is clicked. And then we are going to do script.parent.parent.parent. So parent, 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 we're in background. Parent, that's this, enabled equals false. So we will no longer see it. And then now the GUI should be closable, except now we won't have it because we don't have 2 XP. So let's see if this works when we level up. Let's see, let's add 2 XP. and I heard the noise, and it says, hey, you leveled up, congratulations, and we can close the GUI. Now we need 6 XP, and we are level 3. So that's how it works. It is a really, so now what we need to do is we need to make it so we can actually earn XP. You can do this in any way you want, depending on your game, but I'm going to give it automatically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this XP giver, and then we're going to do while wait, actually no, let's do while true do, so it will forever do this. It will wait 10 seconds before it does anything. And then it will do, hang on, wait, actually, let's do game.players.playerAdded connect to a function. And it'll be the player. And then we are going to do while true do, wait 10 seconds, and then we're going to do what we are going to do before we start this is local XP folder equals player wait for child XP folder, and local XP equals XP folder wait for child XP. So now it will wait for everything to load, and then it will forever loop. Every 10 seconds it will do XP.value equals XP.value plus, let's see, what should we do? Should we do, I guess I'll give them 1 XP every 10 seconds. So that way, in 1 minute, we should have 6 XP. You can change that however you want, though. So let's see. Let's see if it'll change in 10 seconds, and there we go, 1 XP. So now for every 10 seconds, it's going to give me 1 XP. And the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to make it appear in the top corner. So what we are also going to do, I'm going to make it so it only reads the level in the top right corner. Along with adding the XP folder, we're going to add local stats equals instance.new. And actually, let's do leader stats. And we're going to do a folder. Leaderstats.name equals leader stats with no capital letters. That's very important. Leaderstats.parent equals player. And leaderstats. Well, that's actually it. So now, when we add level, right after it, we're going to do local level to read equals instance.new, and it's going to be an int value, so a number value, and level to read dot name equals level, just like it is here. Except the difference is it's going to be level to read dot parent equals leader stats instead. And level to read dot value equals level dot value. And we are going to do, whenever the level is changed, it's also going to level to read dot value equals level dot value. So now it'll update with it. And it's a totally separate value. It's just updating with the first one. So see, we're level 3. And when this is changed, it's also going to change down here too. and we're going to get every 10 seconds we're going to get 1 XP. So if we wait it out, it'll say 4 XP, yep. And then it'll keep going until we level up. So that is how you make a leveling system for your game in Roblox. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.